Hi friends, so welcome to the first live session of HHF on Instagram. There are many reasons for picking up on Instagram. One, that it is something new, and anything new always excites me, and I am sure it is equally exciting for all of you. It's not that Facebook platform is not good or anything. Facebook has helped us a lot to reach out to so many of you over here, and many across. So the message, the main reason for coming on Instagram was to reach out to fresh crowd, to reach out to more people, and reaching out to more people was the only motto of our master, for which he lived and for which he took so much of pains all through till the last day. We have seen him riding far and wide, driving overnight to places. From Thane he would drive on his own, and that was the main reason for coming on Instagram also. He didn't want to leave any place untouched in Maharashtra, which was in his reach. Overnight journeys he has done. So at least sitting at home we can do something by which we can take his message across to places where we can't go personally, but now with the help of technology we can definitely reach out to newer places, newer people. And this new thing is really refreshing. New thing is, what is new? So we are not lycopodiums, we are anxious with new things. So that's for sure that one remedy is ruled out. So new is always something, the paths which are not touched, the paths which have not tread by people, or maybe tread but I have not known. There are things which have existed in the long past, in our history also, in our civilizations. We have seen that there were so many things which were there, but people discovered it gradually, about the moon cycle, the solar cycle. I was teaching my daughter this. This has been one fantastic thing about lockdown, that we are in touch with the studies of our children personally, teaching them and knowing every word of their chapter thoroughly. So I was teaching her Egyptian civilization, and there I came across this thing, where the clock was made, and they discovered that the floods happen in Egypt every 365 days. That's how they made the calendar. So it is not that day and night never used to happen, it is not that year never existed, but we always discover things which we have not known. So maybe this thing also existed, we all knew about it, but there is always some hitch which makes you feel, not now, later on, not now, later on. We keep postponing, and then there comes a time, where we feel, this is the time, this is something that I should not miss out on. Everything in life, everything is well set, everything is well planned, and we just have to go with the flow. And once we go with the flow, we keep making efforts, then there will be a time when now this is the time to do this, this is the time to do that. So now this is the time to come on Instagram, because we have covered a very huge crowd on Facebook, and through YouTube videos also we are reaching to more and more people. And today's main thing is just to feel fresh, just to feel more energetic, and to explore something more, something new, and to catch on those people who are not aware of what HHF is doing, who is not aware of what homeopathy is all about. When we were in college, hardly few of them were actually keen on doing homeopathy. Hardly few of us were actually practicing homeopathy after passing out also. And from our class of 100, we were hardly 5 or 10 of us who were actually practicing homeopathy. Rest all were into different fields. So I think Instagram is a place where today's generation is there and this young crowd is there. Our college homeopaths are here, and from here, if they get the correct direction, if they get that vision that practicing homeopathy can take you to heights, that confidence, then I think the work is done for our science, because today in this pandemic era also, where this pandemic is going on, still people are taking homeopathy by private consultations. It is not being supported by government as it should have been supported. All of us are seeing so many patients suffering with this pandemic disease. All of us are prescribing brilliantly. We are managing the cases so well by homeopathy. Although it is very difficult, these cases are coming with a lot of complications also, but there are a majority of cases which are being dealt with homeopathy with ease. And not only with homeopathy, just by rest, hydration and a positive mindset also people are recovering so well. So our homeopaths should get that position which other doctors are getting and which we all deserve to reach, which we all deserve to get. And we have been requesting so many people across by our own ways. And this message should come from the government that the public should go for homeopathy and it should be included in the treatment protocol. So that is something which should have come from the government, and they are saying in different ways, take Ayurveda, take homeopathy, but what is the proof and all that. But our results are showing it. Our results are showing, and still there are blocks for us. And if we reach out to these young homeopaths, and if we come in majority and all of us work together to reach the goals where we all really want to reach to the heights where other pathy doctors have reached. The modern science has been accepted in a wider way, but homeopathy still has to always face those hindrances. Why to face hindrance when we are so capable? So our majority chunk has to increase, and when we are in majority, then I think nobody can stop us. The public has accepted homeopathy like anything today, and all of us have been accepted by the crowd, and everyone is on homeopathy. Literally every family is taking homeopathy in today's time, and this is something that should be highlighted by media, by everybody in the world across, that homeopathy is there in every house today. So, and the effect is there for everyone to see. The belief that people have developed now, I think it was never there in for such a long period. Whenever there is a pandemic, there are cases, there are proofs, there are logistics to show that what we have done. So, the belief of these young homeopaths who are there in college, they should have this confidence, and for them, we have to find out various ways wherever we can reach them and pick them up and tell them that you do homeopathy, it is going to take you ahead. This confidence has to go in all the young homeopaths who are in college yet. So we were the fortunate ones to meet HHF, to meet Rao sir at a young age when we were in college. So now we are such a big group, Rao sir has come in different faces in thousands of us. And if these college people meet one homeopath, one HHFian, so I think this is going to just expand like anything. So with this message, I would like to start with the formal lecture of this Thursday session, which was started by Rao sir way back in 1994 when HHF was established. Since then, he has been meeting his people, meeting his students weekly once, and we are just taking it ahead, and we will continue to take it ahead for years to come, hundreds of years and thousands of years to come. HHF is just going to expand and keep following this pattern of our master. So going to the cases now, I hope many of you have seen the cases, and there was one video case with a proper follow-up pattern, and the last follow-up with the audio follow-up due to the lockdown. And the second case was actually the first time when I used this remedy. It was by the homeopath mother. So I would narrate that first case when I used this remedy. So first time when I used it, actually I was not aware of this remedy at all, and this mother homeopath called me up one day, and she told me that her son is he's a single child, and he's in engineering 4th year. Now remember this, where in what instances are we going to see this kind of personality? He is in 4th year engineering, and he is under tremendous depression because of lack of confidence. It is not that he is not scoring well. He is a brilliant student, a very intelligent boy. Okay, he is, and now his father is in a very established scientific institution of India. He is working there, and his father expected him also to follow his footsteps, being a brilliant engineer, and come in the same institution. Now mother is a homeopath, and she is staying as a housewife currently, not practicing because of the responsibilities. Now the problem that, she is in touch with the HHF method and all the doctors, and she is regularly practicing wherever possible from home. But she was very much disturbed by seeing the condition of her son. Her son was that what she used to do, whenever he used to talk to her, she would record the audio and send to me, and she would tell me that, Pallavi, please listen to this audio, and please do something about my son, and then she would narrate about him to me. So in the audio that she sent me, that son was literally crying, 4th year engineering student, and he was in tears, and what all he was saying, I will narrate it to you. And that homeopath mother is still with us, and she is here to rectify me if anything I am saying that is out of his words. His words were, and it was in Marathi, the entire audio, and he was just saying, Mummy, I don't know what to do. Mummy, I just don't want to do all this. This engineering, it is all just for the namesake. It has got nothing to do with engineering per se. Everything is there in the books for people. Everything they want, which is made for years which have passed. Everything is just rectify. You just have to mug up things and keep producing it just to get marks. People who are scoring marks, they have all only learnt by heart. They have not understood what the matters are, what the meaning of these chapters are. They are not bothered about how are they going to apply it in their work. They don't know anything. They can't answer the practical questions that I pose to them. They are only into books. They are only learning by heart, and such students are excelling, and those students, like me, who are questioning, they are asked to shut their mouth. They are asked to just keep quiet, and this is the way how today's education system is. Teachers are also supporting those students who are just learning by heart. They are not understanding that children who want to practically apply things, they should promote those children. They should build confidence and encourage those students, and not the ones who are just just mugging up. And such is the education system that Even the teachers, all the professors, they are all very partial to certain children who have given lot of fees and whose parents are wealthy. They are just promoted without any questioning. They are promoted without any concern to whether they are capable of getting promoted or not, and whether they have that quality or not, and what are they going to achieve, where is our country going to go, whether I will seek a job, I will seek a job, but in that job also everything will be like this, that whoever is flattering, whoever is asking something with a very sweet smile and sweet talks, they will be given promotions. This is not what I want to do in life. This is not how I can go about. So, and then further on, and because of all this, I don't want to live. I want to destroy everything. I want to just cut off everything. I want to destroy this institution. I want to destroy these people. I don't want to live only, because I can't live like this. I can't live with this kind of education system where the actual whatever talent is there is not promoted, but just mugging up is promoted, and this is not I want in life. So, and he was in this state. Can you imagine? We have seen Three Idiots. We have seen the actual education system in engineering colleges where suicides are very common, and this is one of the reason of suicide. Okay, then his mother told me that he was getting, they have to make projects. Okay, when they have to make projects, he was told by his father that my secretary can help you in the project. He told, no, it is my project, and the topic that he selected for the project was such that it was not taken up by any of the students in his entire class. His teacher, his mother, his father, all of them suggested him that why are you taking up this topic? You take something easier, something that people have done before. He told, no, I don't want to take up anything that is done. I want to take up what is really likable to me, not to others, or not what is easily available. All that information will be easily available. I want to work on the topic, and then I want to score marks. So, he was in such a state where his mother also could not explain, his father could not, although they are ready to help him, but he doesn't want to take their help, he wants to do by himself. So, in this state, and his exams were coming up, so this pressure was too much on him. Okay, so I gave him one remedy. And thank you to Dr. Rajesh Baheti, because I did not have this remedy and it was made available to me by him, and I sent it to him, 200 potency, and then later on moved to 1M also. So, with this he pacified a lot. He appeared for his exams with a cool mind, and he prepared his presentation also very nicely. And then the follow-up was there for you to see, where his mother is very, very happy with his performance. When his next presentation came after 3-4 months, again he was little anxious, but not as earlier. So, I had raised the potency. And then he was, he's like, I don't want to go into somewhere, they give those colleges give them jobs. So, he's like, I will get job anyhow, but I don't want to do such kind of job. So, he was not wanting to do things which are done by the previous people or the generation. He wants to do something differently in his own way, in his own best efforts. Okay, so then now he settled in, he took up that job also, and he's happy with his job. So, this was the first case. Now, the second case was the video which I had shared with you all. In that also, the girl, she is a well-educated doctor. Okay, she is a MBBS doctor, and she is working for a company, and her job is of marketing. She has to visit many places, and can you imagine, she told she was so frustrated, and she told that she was the only one who is doing maximum work in the office but yet not given any credit for her work. And those people who are very sweet and who flatter the boss, they get promotions, they get salary hikes, but she is the one who is putting so many efforts and who is also doing the work of other people. She cannot say no to others. Yet she is not getting promotions, yet she is not getting salary hikes. The boss is telling her that you learn office politics. She is saying, no, I cannot do office politics. I work on principles. So these people, you know, they work on principles. They don't like office politics. They don't like the word politics at all. They like the word of hard work, of principles. How it should be done? It should be done that way only, you know, by putting your own efforts. So all this creates lot of irritation in her, and now gradually she is feeling deprived of sleep. She is feeling tired, and she, you know, in the video, although it was blurred, if you could make out, she had those constant itchy eyes, and she was again and again, she was weeping and she was constantly rubbing the eyes. That was her state, and she's telling it was going on for a very long time. And she had actually come to me for recurrent asthmatic attacks, which were settled by another remedy earlier. But I had kept her on that remedy only, and I was not able to figure out that why her other issues are not able to go. You know, her allergic conjunctivitis was very irritating. The entire area had become raw by itching whole day. And this irritation was creeping in her, and she was coming in a phase where she had lost interest in working altogether, to wake up, to go to work. She had started postponing, delaying her work, that, you know, when it used to come to her limits, then she would push herself. And then she used the words very nicely that, you know, I don't like to cut corners, I don't like to just do it for the heck of completing it. I will do it properly. I will my presentations are very meticulous presentations. I will not use any shortcuts to do my work. So even after postponing, she would put all the efforts to complete her work. So this was her say. And another case I would tell you on the similar lines which was going on, that was with a boy who was also into engineering. Very interesting that these both the boys were from engineering. I did not share that third case video with you all. It was getting too lengthy. I had compiled all three cases into one, then I cut it off because I wanted that last follow up also. So I will show that case next time. I wanted his last follow up, and because of lockdown I have not got his follow up of last 4 months. So that third case is such that he is having a problem in his legs. He is already a engineering student, and when I took his case, it came, you know, that person, he was also a boy, okay. This was a girl, earlier one was a boy, and this was a boy again. So he was a very serious person, and I asked his age. Then I asked him, what are you doing? He told, I am doing aircraft maintenance, aircraft engineering. Okay, and then I came to know that since when he has this problem. So he told, since last 5-6 years. Then what were you doing at that time? Then it came out that he was actually doing mechanical engineering at that time. So I was like, you have already done mechanical engineering, and after that you are into aircraft engineering. So why double? He told, no, I wanted to go into aircraft field, in the field of aircraft maintenance and something like that. So that is why I wanted to do this. And for this reason, I first went in a hostel. I did my first 4-year engineering, then I opted again. So I was like, it's very difficult to do this way. So in your aircraft wala course, the students are of your own level. So he said, no, the students, they are coming directly after 12th, and I have already after 12th done a degree course of BE, that is for 4 years, and then I have opted for this diploma course of 2 years. So I am senior to them. So you know how freshers are, how the students are who have just come out of 12th, they are not in a mood to actually settle down with a serious study mode. But this boy, he was so upset with these children, with his classmates, that they used to bunk college. And he did not like that. They used to bunk lectures. Why he would not like that is because if the majority of the class bunks, the professor declares that lecture to be cancelled completely. Okay, and the attendance will not be taken if majority are bunking the lecture. So he was very much against it. He was so pissed off with these people, you know, with his class people and with the professors. He was also using the similar words that what kind of education system is this? I don't like it. That they are supporting the children who are bunking in majority. Is this the way to teach? You know, I am missing out on my semesters because of them. The number of lectures, if not counted, if they are not the number of lectures covered, then our semester exam will get postponed. And no, and then in the hostel where he is staying now, there also they are not so much into study. My exams and their exams are in a gap of 6 months. So when my exams are there, they don't have exams. So they are just in their Aflatun mode where they don't want to study. They are just doing masti all around, listening to music, watching movies and magazines and playing. There is so much of chaos in my room. But when their exams are there, I am cooperating with them. But during my exam, nobody is cooperating. So any other stress? Then he told that this is the third hostel that I have changed in the last 1 year. Because everywhere I go, I find such kind of environment where they don't want to study and they don't want to cooperate when my exams are there. So this was a very common presentation in all three of them. You know, the words which you all are using, you all are using very nice words. Contemptuous at society, conscientious, then principle minded. So I am so thankful to all of you who have come live today to make the adjustments and shifts from Facebook to Instagram. I know it is not easy. You know, if you are not on Instagram, to open an account over here and then log in and then, you know, join, follow, you know, here something is different than Facebook. It is, Instagram is little different. So still you all cooperated with me. I am so thankful to you all. So Kalikab, you are feeling rebellious, perfectionist. Yes, perfectionist is the word. So not adjusted with politics. This is the genre, you know, who that young generation, you know, the movie that we had seen some years back of Amir Khan, where they died, and they died in the parliament, where they did not support that what kind of corruption was there in aircraft, in making the aircraft in which their friend died, Madhavan. So that kind of blood is there in this remedy, that they are rebellious to the core and they don't want, they are not rebellious, but they don't support this kind of office politics and corruption. Rang De Basanti, yes Archana, thanks. It is Rang De Basanti, where they are very frustrated with this kind of working pattern of society. So and this kind of blood you will see in many of the young people around us, and that is why maybe I could figure out 3 cases in last 2 years, and if I share with you, you will come up with more cases. So not my life, my rule, not like that. But they are very principled, they are very focused in their work, and they are very, very meticulous about their work. They are very, very hardworking. And where people are not hardworking, where people are little casual, they don't like it. Causticum is also hardworking, sincere, but Causticum is little casual. He is a very sensitive person towards his children, towards the one whom he loves, and he enjoys with them. This remedy doesn't keep space for himself to enjoy when he is into his work. You know, Causticum will enjoy. He's got that sensitivity of you know, attaching with his students, with his children, and that is why this is not Causticum. So I will take you to the PPT that I have prepared, and over here we will get a time limit of 1 hour, and after 1 hour we will continue again, okay, if the lecture, if the PPT is not ended. So I will take you close to the PPT. So welcome to HHF Insta live lecture. I hope this is clear, very clear to all of you. So this is my respect to the gurus, to my masters who have always imbibed the values of learning good things and believing in yourself and practicing homeopathy with the utmost confidence. They have guided us all through, Dr. Milind Rao sir, Dr. Ashok Mohanty sir and Dr. Gupta sir. They have given us new arenas of practicing homeopathy by their remedies, by their thinkings. So the first case and the second case. In the first case, as I told you, this girl was not married, okay. This girl is a 35-year or 36-year-old girl, not married, although MBBS, just working, focused on her work and nothing else. Private life, seeing a boy, having boyfriend, having a crush, all that was not existing for her. The family was too much behind her to take up her personal life seriously, but she was not keen on doing it. So you can, so her words that I have already told you, not feel like doing. My boss says, leave the principles aside, just go off, let go of your principles sometimes. Follow up over 1 month. So, you know, the follow up was very interesting in this case. Okay. Follow up was very interesting in this case for one reason, that she told me that in the follow up that now she wants to pursue martial arts. She wants to pursue painting. Why martial arts? Because it is confidence building, mental agility improves, and for self defense, of course. So her priority, her thinking started changing since then. And recently she told that now she is getting lot of appreciation. People were not recognizing her work till now. They were not taking her name in spite that she was doing work for everyone in the office. So she has started getting that appreciation. Her name is being taken by people around. So remedy is given to her, but people around have also changed. I hope it is clear now. I will share the PPT later on again if you want, as a separate file. And case 2 you all have heard. She has started giving back now, and after she has started giving back, people are shocked that, you know, how she is talking like this now. So the rubrics of all the 3 cases, the main rubrics are these. You know, perseverance in performing irksome duties. We will see them in detail now. Fastidious, restlessness, self-control increased, obstinate in execution of plans, and anxiety with calmness. This is Chironec's flickery, and it is also known as the box jellyfish. Okay. Now I will tell you something more about Chironec's flickery, the jellyfish as such, because it is related to the journey of the remedy, and it is found in the beaches of Australia. and it has dozens of tentacles, 15 feet long. The toxins are enough to kill 60 people. The sting of Chironix can kill a person in less than 3 minutes. It is so vicious. Species of box jellyfish are found in Hawaii, Florida and other US locations also, which can induce heart failure also. Now, one jellyfish can kill up to 250 adults. So much is the toxicity of this remedy. The box jellyfish have about 5,000 stinging cells. These are triggered by the presence of a chemical on the outer layer of its prey. It paralyzes the prey. The box jellyfish actively hunts zooplankton and small fish. Most jellyfish can only drift, but the box jellyfish is capable of achieving speeds up to 4 knots. You see, the difference of box jellyfish with other is that it has got more speed, which is a big advantage when hunting. Box jellyfish are sometimes known as the sucker punchers of the sea because their sting is rarely detected under the venom until the venom is injected, because they are almost transparent. So people don't realize and they have already sucked them. Sea turtles are apparently unaffected by the sting. Now, how is their communication and perception? Because box jellyfish have no brain, it is difficult to define their communication and perception. Box jellyfish do have 24 eyes which have photoreceptors. Photoreceptors give box jellyfish the ability to detect light from dark. But it is uncertain whether this species can process shapes and figures. It is attracted to light and they can detect vibrations, which is used for finding prey and avoiding predators. Currently, little is known regarding methods of communication. They do communicate with another, but by chemical signals. Now, prover is Professor Alistair Gray. I am so impressed by this prover, I tell you. Alistair Gray was originally educated as a historian, and the ultimate study and analysis of change over time. For the last 20 years, he is pivotal in implementing change in people's lives through using of natural medicine. His practitioner, education, lecturer, writer in natural medicine is acknowledged worldwide. Why I am reading about the prover, because he has really contributed many remedies which are worth prescribing, and he is also leading the homeopathic department across multiple campuses, responsible for course planning, delivery budget, selecting campus manager in Sydney, and he held a management leadership role there. Now, as National Academic E-Learning Manager, he is responsible for the educational integrity and all academic issues with e-learning at Endeavour. So, he is very active in e-learning programs, where I think HHF should reach out to him, and might have, our seniors must have reached out to him by now. I have seen his entire profile and it is worth getting in touch with him. That is why I shared it. So, he is Professor Alistair Gray. Now, in his proving, he has used these lines. Lot of material he has given about the proving of box jellyfish. Some of the important lines I have just covered up. Creating order. Provers woke in the middle of the night and furiously cleaned the house or bathroom, with strong accompanying nausea. Compulsive need to clean. You could sense that compulsion in these cases also. Compulsive unrestrained sexuality. Whether male felt it strongly or female, difficulty in restraining themselves. Sudden bewildering sexual desire that had to be consummated. Strong, sudden, potentially violent anger emerged. There were also mistakes of concentration, proprioception, guilt, inability to focus, desire to go to beach and beach ameliorate, the indecision, inability to concentrate, heavy, foggy, overwhelmed feelings, frustrated, failure, alone, impatient, and the fixation on house, home, family, livelihood, children. For some, there was an immediate primary symptom. Life felt incredibly good and there was an ease, lightness. Ability to focus and concentration ameliorated. Now the life cycle of box jellyfish, if you could see this, the eggs are released, they form larvae, and as they settle, these larvae, they settle on the hard surface of the aquatic environment. From there, they grow and they mature to polyps. And after that, the polyps elongates and bud off many young jellyfish. And this young jellyfish, it matures as this. Now, what is the peculiarity of this? I have just tried to form the journey of this remedy through the life cycle. The initial stage of Chironex flickeri, it is attached to a hard surface as we saw here when they are very young. Attached to a hard surface that gives them a sense of security. They feel blissful when you have somebody who is taking care of you, who is there for you, you know that there is a backup. In HHF there is always a backup and we feel blissful, we feel exhilarated for that reason. So similarly here, open air ameliorate, seaside air ameliorate, cheerful, dancing, laughing, singing, content with himself, delusion of butterflies, everything is so beautiful, light, there is no weight in life, everything is easy, floating in air, light, low weight he is, cheerful in company, he likes company at this stage, loquacity, cheerful, exuberant, carefree, music ameliorate, making many plans, and sympathetic. So there is a sensitivity in this stage. When they mature to medusa, they want to actively experience life. The only jellyfish that can swim, as we saw, they have speed. Okay, so they are the only ones who can swim. They want to actively experience that. Let's go and do it. Let's see how it is. Bathing, desire to bathe. So this is bathing desire, where you just want to be in that floating state and you want to experience and go ahead in that water. Swim or spend time. This is what bathing is. Swimming or spending time in the sea or lake, river or pool for pleasure. So they go for it out of pleasure. They have control over their direction. And this is seen as dictatorial, haughty, fastidious, contemptuous. Box jellyfish has 24 eyes. They get attracted to light. Light for them is what? Wherever they seek opportunities, wherever they see that, arey, he has it, I should also have it. Lascivious, looking at women on the street. Sexual mania in men. Jealousy, looking people around. That I don't have it and they have it. Censorious with dearest friends. So that sympathetic nature gradually becomes censorious with dearest friends. Unsympathetic friends towards. Now, if you want to see this entire journey, they are brainless and heartless. They don't have a brain, they don't have a heart. They are the forms which were there in this cosmic world much prior to humans, because after them only heart and brain started developing. Till this stage there were organisms without heart and brain. Now what is the significance of this? If you want to see the entire video, I will show at the end. So no ailments from are also there in Chironex. It is not that people are not affecting him, but he is so much into himself that he is suffering because of his own compulsion. Extent of performing work is so much, and that is what causes problems. Now imagine without brain he is doing so much work. So more intelligence would have complicated things for him. perseverance in performing irksome duties. What is irksome? You know, duties are under a supervision, under an authority, and you are persevering. Persevering is what? In spite of hindrances, in spite of obstacles, in spite of failures, in spite of problems, when you just go on and you say, I want to do it. Okay, and irksome is what? Which is annoying, which is tiring, which is tedious. In, Nux vomica, if he finds something tedious or annoying or tiring, Nux vomica will take a break. Nux vomica will go in rest desire. But Chironix flickery will not go into rest desire immediately. He will do it later when he goes into indifference. Okay, when he is performing his irksome duties also, he will keep persevering. Obstinate in the execution of plans. Now, why is Chironix different from Nux vomica or other ambitious remedies? Because Chironix is into plans, whatever plans he has. What is plans? Plans is something ahead of ambition. Ambition is a future thing. But plans, what you want to execute now, is the activity you are doing now. And I am doing this and I want to complete it first. So he is stuck up in that now. He is stuck up in that active mode. Now I want to do it. No, even if there are problems, I will face them and I will keep doing them. Others are saying you take a break, you do something else. No, I will do this only and I will do it now only. Rest cannot until things are in proper place. They will seem like arsenics also, so finicky. The females will seem like sepia also when they go into that indifference phase. They have done a lot. But sepia also has a passion. They have attachment to people of their family. But here you see heartless, this is a heartless remedy. You see they are bonding with people. They don't talk about their attachments or family members much. They talk about their work more than their family and their relations. Now when the weather is harsh or when they need rest, to energetically compensate for the time they have spent in active swimming, they have actively worked so much, they have exhausted themselves, they go to the sea floor. This is how jellyfish operates in real life. When it has bathing desire is too much, then they have exhausted, they go down to the sea floor. They have to stop persevering. So that is the time when they go into quiet wants to be, repose and tranquility desires. Noise aggravates, talking aggravates, anger from conversation, anger business about, anger about former vexations, whatever people have done to them. It is stayed in their mind and it is stuck in their mind and they get angry over it. But the difference between them and other remedies is that Chironix does not give back to others at that point. He does not express his anger, because there is one rubric. So here it is saying that maybe it's time to stop persevering, and when he stops persevering he gets very angry with these things. Communication is a big problem for them. It is only by chemical signals. So mode of expression is restricted. Even though anxious or irritable inside, their mode of expression is self-control increased. Their own people, the closest ones to them, will not understand what is going on inside them. That kind of volcano is there inside their heart and mind. Anxiety with calmness. So people of his, students of his class, students in his room, teachers of his college, other family members, it was the mother who tried to understand, sit beside him and then made him weep and understand what he's saying, trying to record, send me. Otherwise he wouldn't have opened up to anybody. Anxiety about household matters, anxiety, inclination to work with. So these situations can arrive in people of this situation of what we all are facing also. They are not showing it, but inside they are very angry with the system, with the government, maybe with the education system, with the working system, with politics, with everything, the corruption, and all this they take it so personally that, you know, how will our house run, how will our work go ahead now, what are we going to do, and they are not talking about it with anybody, and just getting irritated inside, irritability with anxiety, irritability to her family. Daily tussle, not able to rise, succeed or defend themselves. You know, this is the problem with them. They can't speak up to the ones whom they should speak up to. If they are not giving back, it is their own problem of not able to express. You know, that is why they don't succeed, because they are not defending themselves. They are not able to rise out of their irksome duties only. In spite of giving best of efforts, makes him lose confidence. Restlessness alternating with sleepiness. Concentration difficult on attempting to, has a vacant feeling. During conversation, confidence want of, feels himself a failure. Discontented with himself, delusion everything will fail. Postponing everything to next day. So that is what the girl was saying, I'm just postponing. And music aggravate, confusion of mind about daily affairs. As age and experience advance, he expects the work to be recognized, but the work goes unnoticed. This makes him sad. Then he weeps, he breaks down. Fear alone of being, sadness when alone, delusion alone being, she is always alone. So this is the loneliness they are in, because they are heartless, you know, they are not able to express their feelings to people around, and that is why they feel alone. Fear of poverty, fear of dark, fear sleep before, indifference to domestic duties, indifference to suffering, and indifference to work which they liked before. Now because of this inner frustration, they are not wanting to do it. Now what happens, you know, these people can go into a form of cruelty. They can go into form of striking desire for, you know, sometimes nowadays in news also they are showing, you know, they are doing some things by which they can express their anger to the government, to the system, that what you are doing, it is really frustrating, because our finances are going down the drain. We are not able to run families. And that can come out in this anger form. They want to destroy everything. They want to rebel against the system which ignores hard work and dedication. That हमने क्या बिगाड़ा है? What have I done wrong that you are making us only suffer? Remorse. And then there is a state where they feel that whatever cruelty they showed, it was not justified. Pities herself, longing sun and salt water for. So sun, salt water, seaside, all this is giving that relaxation to them. They want to go back from where they started their journey, their childhood, native places, where they were sympathetic, where they were sensitive, where they were bound to their people and they were cheerful, blissful. So they go into this self-pity mode. Self-pity is what? It is a dead-end road. So never come into a state of self-pity. You make the choice to drive down it. It's up to you to decide to stay parked there or turn around and drive out. So it is better not to go into self-pity. Don't indulge in it. Express yourself, come out of it. Keep your hearts alive and sensitive. So this is the basic journey I have just formed to remember. The exhilaration phase, where they are cheerful, laughing, singing, seaside ameliorate, bathing desire, because of which they want to move out and experience active life, but they become perseverance in doing irksome duties, obstinate execution of plans in. Then comes where they are completely exhausted, people are not listening to them, not giving their worth to them. That is why quiet wants to be, repose, tranquility desires, longing for sun, salt water and remorse. So, gratitude to my master Dr. Milind Rao sir, and special thanks to Dr. Krish for showing the path of exploring new molecules with confidence, prescribing them in our practice. I will take you to the video of Chironix if time is permitting. It is just ready. where you can see how it floats in water and some facts about it.
Bizarre blobs with ethereal tentacles can be seen on almost every seashore on Earth. These spooky creatures are ancient animals related to coral and sea anemone, the jellyfish. Their ancestors date back almost 500 million years on the evolutionary tree. They are so ancient that jellyfish don't have organs that more recently evolved animals, like humans, might consider indispensable. To begin with, jellyfish don't have a heart or a brain. At this point, you might be wondering how, in the name of Darwin, do these animals manage to not only survive, but thrive in sometimes uninhabitable waters. Although jellyfish might not have the classic layout of a heart pumping blood throughout the body, or the brain being the seat of control, it does have structures that perform the same functions. The brain is commonly called the master controller. It controls most of the body's functions, and without it, we'd just be a blob of disorganized cells. That being said, jellyfish are clearly not just a blob of cells. Although they primarily drift along with ocean currents, they do respond to the world around them. But how do they do this without a brain? Jellyfish might not have a central nervous system, but they do have a nervous system. The neurons of their nervous system are spread throughout the body, like a sort of net, so scientists have cleverly decided to call it a nerve net. This nerve net allows jellyfish to sense its environment and reflexively make changes. Through their nerve nets, they can sense the temperature, salinity of the water, oxygen concentration, gravity, ocean currents, and more. Some jellyfish, like this gorgeous moon jellyfish, take things one step further. They have clusters of neurons located on the edge of their bell, called rhopalia. The nerve aggregates within the rhopalia help the jellyfish sense light and keep their balance. Amazingly, some jellyfish can even see. Within the rhopalia are structures called eye spots. Now, in some jellyfish, they are simply light-detecting structures, but in others, they are like the eyes that can generate 3D images of the world around them, although it may be a little blurry. This allows the box jellyfish, Tripidalia cystiphora, for example, to locate its favorite habitat, mangroves. In some jellyfish, all the nerve aggregates in the rhopalia are connected through a nerve ring. This nerve ring is the closest a jellyfish can have to a central nervous system. This jellyfish nervous system upgrade allows jellyfish to exhibit behaviors like courtship, which we would normally only expect from animals with a brain. Aside from a brain, jellyfish also lack a heart. One of the heart's main functions is to circulate and distribute oxygen that an animal breathes in, along with circulating nutrients and other chemicals. The blood contains hemoglobin, which carries the super important oxygen, while the heart pumps this blood to all the tissues in the body. The jellyfish, though, doesn't need a heart to meet its oxygen need. The jellyfish's outer layer of cells, called the ectoderm, is so thin that the oxygen dissolved in the water can simply diffuse right through it. What's more, the jellyfish can then store this absorbed oxygen. The jellyfish body is mainly composed of mesoglia, a jelly-like fluid sandwiched between the outer ectoderm and the inner digestive cavity, the endoderm. The mesoglia is how the jellyfish manages to maintain its bell structure in the water. The jellyfish absorbs oxygen through its ectoderm and can store it in the mesoglia. This allows jellyfish to thrive in waters that have extremely low oxygen concentrations. Similarly, the jellyfish doesn't have a complete digestive system, lacking intestines, a liver, a pancreas, and various other critical organs. The food they eat, algae, fish eggs, larvae, small fish, and sometimes even other jellyfish, are ingested through the mouth and end up in the jellyfish stomach, called the gastrovascular cavity. Inside this cavity, certain cells release digestive enzymes and the food is broken down. The layer of cells, the endoderm, is thin, like the ectoderm, allowing nutrients to be directly absorbed into the surrounding cells. Once the nutrients are absorbed, the undigested waste matter is released from the mouth. All of this might make the jellyfish seem like little more than a sack of water made of cells, but they're actually surprisingly complex animals. The rudimentary nerve net and nerve ring seems simple when compared to our large brain, but it's a mystery how jellyfish manage behaviors like courtship without a master controller. The nerve nets of jellyfish and related species is basically nature's first draft of a nervous system. Studying it reveals to us the evolutionary path towards the more complex nervous systems of vertebrates. So, the next time you encounter a jellyfish bobbing up and down in the water, or washed ashore, take a moment to marvel at how something so simple can still be so full of mystery.
So, if possible, Dr. Krish, please join me along, and Dr. Mayur, please join me along to say your views about this remedy. I think all of us will demand for it. So, whom should I add first, Dr. Krish or Dr. Mayur? Please tell me. Yes, public demand should tell who should come first, because I think they have lots to contribute in whatever we are taking in the sessions. I have not informed them prior, but I think they will accept the request. Someone please call him. I have added Dr. Krish. He's not responding.